So we're going to continue with division. The first strategy that we talked about was standard algorithm. This time, this may be a little bit more familiar to you. We're going to revisit what's called partial quotient. Partial quotient just means many parts. And quotient is the answer to a division problem. So when you look at this, we're simply breaking up our answer into many different parts in order to figure out our quotient. Now, something like math fluency doesn't come easily to me. I would recommend using partial quotients. Here's why. Partial quotients can involve numbers that come easily to you. So when I'm trying to divide how many groups of 5 go into 247 as a whole, I can think about a simple math fact like 5 times 10. Well, 5 times 10 is 50. And I know that that is a math fact that I easily can pull out from my memory bank and write it down. So when I subtract, I have 197 more to work with. Well, once again, I can still subtract 50 from 197. And continue going until 50 is no longer easily subtracted. So in this case, I have 47 remaining. And I can't multiply 5 by 10 anymore because 50 is greater than 47. So let me take a look at some math facts that I do know. Well, I do know that 5 times 9 is 45. And that can be subtracted from 47. And I have a remainder of 2. So what do we do with these amounts that are off to the side? Well, these are what we call our partial quotients. In this case, we would take them and add them up. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 40. And add that to my 9 is 49. And we have a remainder of 2/5. Now, if you are someone who wanted to try this out, you could have also done something that looked like this. Where 5 times 40 is 200. Then multiplied 5 times 9 is 45. And you still get the answer of 49 and 2/5. So either way is acceptable. As you can tell, any amount that you feel comfortable with subtracting from is acceptable. You just need to find what works best for you. So let's try again a more complicated amount. We're going to use the amount 24 and divide it into 7,592. Again, this is a lot larger number, and I'm going to show you, instead of off to the side, where you could place your partial quotients. So in this case, I do have some extra work to do, and this is why when you're working with a double-digit divisor, it might be better to use this strategy. If I have to multiply 24 off to the side to find an answer that I can work with, this allows me to then place my partial quotients above the line. What I mean by that is 24 times 3 is 72. but I'm trying to look for a number that's in the thousands place. So I know that 24 times 300 is 7,200. And then I can subtract. And again, I need to practice some of this work off to the side so I can find the answer that best works for me. So in this case, I want to just multiply 24 times 10. To subtract 240. This gives me an answer of 152 that remains. So I can continue doing this subtraction any way that I feel is best for me. Until I get a remainder. So as you can tell, all these partial quotients above the quotient line are what I need to add together to find my answer. So 300 plus 10 plus 3 plus 3 is going to give me an answer of 316. With a remainder of 8/24. This is another way that you can solve division. Remember, you're subtracting the numbers or facts that are best for you. If you want to do a lot of smaller increments because those are the math facts that are easier to you, that's fine. Just be careful on how organized you keep your numbers. I recommend grid paper for this because it's easier to draw your lines and line up your place values. When you're placing your place values above the quotient line, it's important to place your digits in the correct place value before adding them up. I hope this helped you a lot, and remember, keep looking out for the next couple strategies that you can use when solving division.